Well, basically this video is going to come down to this. This tank is green. And I do mean really green. So, anyways, the plan is to use this to fix it. I don't know if you can see that. It's the Marineland. It's actually the newer version of their Magnum. The Marineland Magnum Polishing Internal Canister Filter. Yeah, that's a lot of words. But anyways, we're going to see how well this thing can polish this tank. Alright, so basically we got a box, and the box has got stuff in it. I don't know if I'm going to really drag you through every little part and piece of this thing and take it all out of the box and watch me to put it together. We're really not going to, that's not going to be this kind of thing. What we're going to get down to is if it works or not. What we are concerned with in this video is this cartridge, which I happen to buy. I bought an extra one just to have. I used to use these a lot. Back in the old school days, we had Magnum 350s, and that was a canister filter. And I had a bracket that would hold the canister filter and allow you to hang it onto a tank. And Marineland was the first one to come out with these micron cartridges. And what it did is it allowed you to go from, you know, I had a 50 tank fish room at the time. And every time you did a little bit of maintenance or whatever, you know, you stir up the gravel and just something you wanted to do a quick cleaning. You wanted to do a quick polishing of the water. So that hang on the bracket canister filter, which it was like it was ungodly huge, but I could just move it from tank to tank to tank to tank. Well, over the years that doggone thing finally broke, and I bought a hang on the tank, or they call it the hot Magnum 250, which it had a bracket in and of itself, and you could do the same thing, but it had a less powerful motor in it. And it worked really well, but again, it finally gave up the ghost. And when we bought this house, I finally threw it away. So anyways, this is the bare bones of what we're dealing with. And I am going to use this filter to clear up that tank. And then you can soak this in a moderate bleach solution till it turns white again. And you rinse it off, dry it, rinse it off, maybe dry it again. And this can be reused again and again and again. Remember though, this thing will clog really quick. And what I liked about the old school Magnum 350 is you could see this thing will actually start sucking in when it was getting too full. And you could just you could see for yourself, hey, this thing needs to be changed. So you really got to watch your water flow, and these things will clog quickly. These things don't let anything through that's any bigger than, I forget what micron size, but it's incredibly small. So, with that, I'm going to take it out of the box, get it set up, get it rigged up, get it in the tank, and then maybe we'll do a time lapse, or we'll check in every hour or so and see how long this thing takes to clear up an extremely green 37-gallon tank. Alright, I said I wouldn't bore you with all the little details of getting everything out of this box, but what I do want to show you, I ripped it though, is this micron cartridge. It's wrapped in that paper. It says right on it, this cartridge may be reused many times if cleaned properly. And they underlined properly, so they probably want you to do it this way. It says, when clogged, rinse off obvious dirt. 2. Make up a solution of 1 part chlorine bleach to 3 parts water. Submerge cartridge completely and soak overnight. Rinse cartridge thoroughly. Your filter will not start or water flow will be noticeably reduced if the above instructions are not followed. I will tell you, I've used the heck out of these doggone things. Throw them in some bleach water, soak them for a while, rinse them off, let them dry, rinse them off, and then let them dry, and they'll be fine. Alright, as you put this thing together, you're going to come across, or you'll eventually wind up, sorry, I'm trying to see what I got here. You're going to have the bracket. You put the suction cups on it. It's kind of pretty simple, self-explanatory. If this thing is as powerful as the old 350 was, I'm going to probably uproot all these plants. But anyways, we're going to suction cup the bracket, maybe. Get more over here. Wow. If you push on the suction cups one at a time, it goes pretty easy. Then we're going to take the canister, let it fill up with water. Moves around a little bit, but it is what it is. Before I plug it in, I'm going to dry my hands off. Over the years, I've plugged one too many things in with dripping wet hands. Keep in mind, like I said, my only use for this filter is as a completely temporary deal. Definitely has good flow. Hopefully it doesn't uproot these plants. This filter does come with a media chamber, you know, a foam sleeve and a chamber. You can put carbon, you can put any kind of chemical matrix that you want to put in here. You can put ChemiPure in it. You know, still put the ChemiPure in a bag, but then wrap the bag and put it in here. And you got your foam sleeve for the bigger stuff. In all actuality, I should have probably taken the foam sleeve and put it over the but I don't think it'll fit. Now that I think about it, I think that's too narrow to fit over the micron cartridge. Kind of protect it a little bit. But anyways, so far I definitely have water flow. We'll check back in an hour and see if it's any clearer. Well, it's been an hour. The jury's still out yet. I'm sure, you know, when you stir things up the way I did, it's definitely going to get worse before it gets better. We've lost the light from the back of the tank. So I'm not exactly sure if it's getting better or not. But it's only been an hour, so we'll check back in another hour. And probably one more hour after that, then I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, and we'll check back on it in the morning and see if it's gotten any better. Yeah, so far not a whole lot of change. Not really sure. Maybe when I edit the video we'll see if there's an actual difference or not, but you know, I've been looking at the tank the whole time and I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference. Anyways, check back in an hour. Later. Alright, well, we're going on the 2-hour mark now, and I'm starting to give up hope that this is going to be an effective method to get rid of green water. It's not looking too good. Yeah, we're going to check it again at another hour, and then we're just going to go ahead and leave it on overnight and see what happens. And if not, then I'm just going to black this tank out for a couple days and see if that does anything. I haven't given up hope on the filter yet. I'm sure that it'll do very well on like particulate matter when you know, you're going to aquascape a tank or something and you stir up a bunch of gravel. I'm fairly certain this filter will clean it up pretty quick. But as an effective method of getting rid of green water, it's not looking too good. At least so far anyways. But there is always hope. Alright, this is the last check-in for the night. I'm going to go ahead and shut the lights off. Plants are already starting to close up anyways. And we'll check it in the morning. See how things go. I'm probably going to let this thing run till I get off of work tomorrow. Just the way it is. And if there's still no difference at all, then I'm going to black out the tank. And the plants will handle a blackout a lot longer than the single cell bacteria algae will. So I'll black out the tank for a couple days and see if that makes a difference. But anyways, we'll check in on it again in the morning and see what happens. Well, good morning everybody. It's 10 minutes to 5. Which means this filter has been running for a little over 10 hours now. And I think I actually do see a small reduction in the green water, but it's not much. It's not noticeable at all. So we'll check back in after I get off of work. We'll check in probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock tonight, or this evening. I'm going to leave the lights off, and I might even start covering this tank. And we'll see what happens. Alright, well, we're doing the next check-in. It is, I don't know, probably 7:30 the next day. So the filter's been running for over 24 hours. There is a noticeable difference. Absolutely, it is definitely getting clearer. While I was at work today, I did not turn the lights on, and I did cover the tank, so it wasn't 100% completely blacked out, but it was pretty doggone dark. I doubt if there was very much photosynthesis going on. I'm going to continue doing that and keep the filter running. What I noticed is there's really not much difference in flow. So there can only be one of two things happening. Either what I think is happening is the holes in the filter are just too big to stop green water, or there's a bypass of water going on somewhere. But without being able to see inside the filter, you really don't know which one it is, or at least I don't know right now. We'll know more when I decide to pull the actual filter cartridge back out. I don't know, I can kind of see the cartridge through the housing, but it's the housing's really dark and it's really hard to see the fixture, or I mean the filter. It would be, I don't know, maybe a design idea is to put a window, you know, of clear plastic. I understand they want to keep it dark, I get it, but having a window, you know, that we could see into to see the condition of the filter media inside the canister filter might be a good idea. And I do see some plants, you know, or plant leaves attached to the filter intake that I should probably take off. But like I said, there's really not a whole lot of flow loss right now. So everything's flowing good and it is starting to clear up. And it did, however, overnight, two of my, some Bacopa and some Ludwigia. Sorry, my pronunciation of some of these fancy names on these plants ain't all that good. So, yeah, Ludwigia and, no, it wasn't Bacopa, it was something else. What in the heck is that stuff? Rotala. Yeah, my one bunch of Rotala I bought got uprooted as well. In fact, it's all bent into crazy shapes right now. It's a stem plant. If it makes it, it makes it. If it don't, I'll just get another one and start over. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely getting clearer. So I'm not going to check in until probably another 24 hours. But the greenwater algae battle is starting to turn the tide, I think. And maybe we'll win this doggone thing and we'll actually have a clear tank. Sunday, I'm going to go source a black background for the tank. Kind of cut down. There is a little bit of light that comes through that window. I keep the blinds drawn, and believe me, that's not what caused this anyways. I put all the water these fish were in, all these fish were in a different tank, and I moved them into this tank, and I used all the water that was in that tank, and it was already starting to go green. And once I put them in this tank with better lights on it, this particular tank has two T5 high output 10,000 K lights on it. The tank just exploded green real quick. So the green water was already present when I set this tank up, which was probably my fault, but I really never take that much consideration for it because generally I can't grow green water even when I try. So yeah, this is a new experience for me. Alright, see you guys in 24 hours. Alright, well, the algae war is losing. The tank is actually clearing up. It's 48 hours. And things are looking a lot better. I'm thinking one more day of this and this thing might actually be back to my standards. I'm actually pretty doggone happy. You all saw how bad the tank was, and it's definitely getting better. I don't really have a whole lot to add, except we'll check it again tomorrow and see if that's going to be the final stage of this thing. Like I said earlier, I'm going to get a black background for the tank. Probably do that tomorrow during the day. And yeah, things are looking better. My faith in this filter is, you know, starting to return. So far it's working out. See you guys in 24 hours. Well, okay, we're at the 72-hour mark. So it took 3 days in this battle, but I think we won. Yeah, I'm happy. I really don't know what else to say. We're at the point now where I think in the morning I'm going to take the filter off and get a background on it, you know, so it's blacked out so you can't get any light from the backside, and let the plants that are in there grow, and hopefully when I take the filter off it doesn't turn green, you know, instantly by, you know, leaving the lights on for a normal photo period. We'll check back on this tank, and if it does turn bright green again like it was, I'll definitely show it. But so far, yeah, I think we won the green battle of 2018. Yeah, no complaints, and as far as I'm concerned, the polishing filter did its job. Talk to you guys later.